Let's get to the Blazer part of this. I can't believe we just spent 12 to 13 minutes debating or talking about the Pistons.
Felt good, didn't it?
It was actually 16.
I enjoyed that conversation.
Was it technically 16?
Yeah.
Dirt had takes on the Pistons.
We have 2
I mean, you
minutes
got to go
left
all
the
in.
segment.
You got to go in on the Pistons. Come on.
Well,
We got a lot of Pistons fans out there.
our Blazers NBA draft is coming up. It's just under a week away.
We will be here next week recapping at this very moment.
Did they make the right pick?
What did we do? Fire everybody!
Round 1. We'll
Round
be
one.
previewing round 2.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Will
Nobody cares
we?
about round 2.
I don't
care
know about that. And by the way,
It's at like 11 a.m. on a Friday. What is the NBA? That's
1
the
p.m.
That's
1
the
p.m.
dumbest
That's
thing in the
pretty
NBA.
stupid.
NBA's
Thursday.
done a lot of dumb crap over the years. That might take the cake.
very quickly, we'll be out at 10 Barrel. Not us, Dirt and I, but the station.
Yeah.
We'll be out at 10 Barrel for an NBA draft party. Danny Dusty, Isaac, and Sook hang out. If you need a spot to go watch the NBA draft and follow what our Trailblazers are going to do, head to 10 Barrel next Wednesday, our fan draft
I'll
party.
be up on the rooftop enjoying a beverage.
Oh, weather's going to be perfect, looks like.
Oh, you're going to go somewhere for free stuff? I'm shocked. I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Who's got the tab open? Who's got the tab?
Love that rooftop bar.
It is a cool spot.
It's a beautiful venue. The Blazers, I think the intel is in. And I might be way wrong on this because the Pistons are actually coincidentally a very big wild card in this draft at 5.
Yes, they are.
Also, the Rockets might be trying to get out of 3.
You telling me the pick's in right now? We going picks in?
It feels like a lot of the mocks in the intel are saying the pick is in.
With the 7th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select
Cody Williams is popping up on almost all of the consistent mocks that I've seen and heard. I watched a Field of 68 thing with all the draft analysts and Jeff Goodman. Cody Williams might, or at least I think today, it feels like could be the most consensus I've seen at that pick through this mock draft system.
I have said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm all for it if that's your 7th overall pick. I think the only question about Cody Williams is, does he get to 7? I've seen mocks of them going as high as 3, some 4, some 5. But as you point out, nobody knows what Houston's going to do at 3. Detroit's a bit of a wild card. Does anybody want to trade out? There's been random reports about teams wanting to trade into the top 10. How does that change the order if somebody does move into the top 10, especially ahead of Portland? But if he's there at 7... Look, everybody's going to have different takes. None of us know how the hell this stuff's going to pan out. It's hard to think of that one being criticized in any way, shape, or form. It's one, first and foremost, not a guard. Anybody that's not a guard is going to get a thumbs up from me.
Yeah.
And it addresses a position and area of need. It's a wing, rangy, switchable defender who has shown a little bit of promise as a three-point shooter at a very, very small clip, but at least the ability is there. And it's not like a guy who you say he's never going to have that aspect of his game. How good will it be in the NBA? I have no clue. He only took like 2 a game in college, so I don't know where those numbers will go in the NBA. But you give me a 6'8" wing who could fill out his body, all for it, man. I have no clue how he's going to be in the NBA, but I would give that draft pick 2 thumbs up.
I mean, you can certainly point to some negatives that people have highlighted about him, but we know what
there's negatives to everybody.
No,
man.
I know, but what I'm saying is we know the draft, and so it's like I'm not coming in on that Thursday show a week from today, and I'm like, well, they got their franchise cornerstone. I think
No.
Cody Williams can be really good with what this group is. I'm still holding out hope that our boy Shaden is baby Kobe. And that's the guy. And if you have the guy, you've got a point guard that you're hoping can develop and get better and scoot.
Put a 3 next to him.
Put a 3 next to him who is 6'7.5" in shoes. He's very skinny, barely weighs more than I do. But let him grow, let him develop. Next year might not statistically pop off the charts, but show us some promising things, make us feel encouraged. And then you go into next year's draft hoping to either grab the guy or a guy pushing to be the guy. Cody Williams could be it. I did a poll question on this just out of curiosity. We've talked about Saloon as well.
Yes.
The young French guy who's really raw, but he's got big, good size. If both are available at 7, I'm fascinated. I'd love to know from the Crone Zone where they would go with that. If it would be Cody or Saloon.
Yeah, Saloon probably, you could argue, slightly higher ceiling because of his measurement and just his wingspan, his height.
Well, the ceiling is based off of him being so unknown that you're seeing size and athleticism, and you're just filling in
what could this turn into.
The ceiling thing is kind of ridiculous with the 2 players Because your argument on Saloon is you're just giving me size and
He's
like
3 inches taller and a little bit longer wingspan.
well, and he might still be growing and he
Yeah.
might get bigger and like
Yeah.
that's great. That I don't know why that constitutes a bigger ceiling. You're just saying that to say that. You don't have actually any evidence of it. Cody's ceiling could be higher.
It could be.
I view them kind of the same. They're both flyers. They're both really young. Don't have a lot of experience at an upper level out of where they originally were.
Yeah, Cody Williams only 1 year in college.
Right. So I kind of view them the same. I put a poll question up at Dirt and Sprague. You can vote on that one of who you prefer the Blazers to take if you put a GM hat on.
That's fair. I would take Cody Williams. Cody Williams at the 7th overall pick.
Would you?
And part of that is just I've seen him play basketball, so that helps a
That's a
little
fair
bit.
point.
I don't
Yeah.
watch a lot of French league, so I don't know. Outside of highlights on YouTube, those are always painting a player in a very positive light. I've seen Cody Williams play basically entire games, and so I've actually there's a little bit of knowledge.
We
there.
need to go, but I'll add this final thing. I went back and reread Joe Cronin getting hired / interim press conference stuff. And one thing he highlighted.
It's like an episode of Game of Thrones. You got to go back to the beginning, connect the dots.
A lot of culture talk in 2021, and it's 2024, and we're still talking about culture.
Culture. We're going to establish it. This is the year.
But one thing that stuck out, he highlighted their importance of wings. We're getting chicken wings. We're having a wing party.
How many wings have they added in the last 3 years?
Well, this is their opportunity. They
Here's
have
your
2
chance.
picks.
Here's your chance.
7 and 14. Just go get size.
Yep.
Go add to that, whoever they like. But Cody Williams seems to be the most popular of the mocks that I've seen the last few days. We'll see if that's going to be available to them, given so many unknowns. Utah could go up to 3. Detroit could like Cody Williams at 5. We'll have to wait and see. Cody Williams being tied to the Blazers in a lot of mocks.